After getting diagnosed with MS, I immediately understood the whole know your why advice because right after I got diagnosed, I changed the foods that I was eating. So I started eating super healthy. I have zero cheat days. And a few people, they offer me foods like cookies or something outside of my diet. And they say things like, oh, come on, you got to enjoy life. And I don't think twice. Like my answer is always, nah, I'm good. So when I got diagnosed with MS, as soon as I got home, I threw away almost all the foods that I had: oatmeal, dairy, bread, damn near everything except greens and blueberries. And it was like flipping a switch for me. And you've probably heard it before, the advice they say, like, if you want to change something in your life, then you start with your why, know your why. If you know why you're doing something, then you're more likely to stay with that change. And I heard this advice ever since I was in high school, and I thought I truly understood it. But it takes on a whole different meaning right now. So I see how other people, they say they want to change their diet, but they go back on their word. So maybe someone says that they want to lose weight, but they have several cheat days. They don't follow through. They still eat sugar, processed foods, knowing that they should eat healthier, knowing they should work out. And they might understand the concept of know your why intellectually, but they don't embody the concept emotionally. So my why, it was really easy. I thought of it as life or death. Either I change the way I eat or I die. That simple. What would happen if I ate a gummy bear? What would happen if I had a vanilla latte? Nothing. Like, I mean, it's like someone who smokes a cigarette. They're not going to automatically get lung cancer just after one cigarette. But why would I care to do it? I don't see food as entertainment. I see it as medicine at this point. You won't change until you emotionally embody the concepts you understand intellectually. Your why doesn't have to be world changing. In fact, I think it should be very personal. I think it should even be private. So the craziest thing is I didn't sit down and I didn't say my why is having multiple sclerosis. It wasn't an intellectual decision to me. It was an emotional feeling. It was life or death, do it or die. When you turn your why into an emotional decision, you lose the power that your emotions give to your why. Emotions, they exaggerate reality, which leads to real decisions of change in your life. A real decision is when you cut off all the thoughts in your head, just boom, disappears. When you make a decision, like a real decision, the reality around you, it collapses into that decision and your actions move to the next step. So it's a sense of relief because all your thoughts disappear. All that thinking you were doing, gone instantly. The way you find your why is to start intellectually, but allow your emotions to take over. Because emotions, they're not meant to reveal the truth. Emotions are meant to distort your perceptions of the truth. So your intellectual thoughts reach an emotional tipping point. That tipping point becomes a decision to change your actions. Emotions are the tipping point from thinking to deciding. And for me, the emotional tipping point happened really fast. It was, hey, you have MS. And my emotional tipping point was, oh, damn, I'm going to be paralyzed next year. I'm going to die. Was that realistic? Not at all. Was it emotional? You're damn right it was. An emotional exaggeration creates the tipping point for a decision to be made. And if you can find your why to create this emotional tipping point, then you won't have any cheat days. You won't go back on your word. You'll just decide, and that's that.